say Mbale, which means flower in South Africa. I know some people want to faint right now, but I don't care. All right, it's the booth in case you're just tuning in. And right now it is Enterprise Monday segment of the show. And like we mentioned earlier, we have a guest in the studio. Tonight we're looking at running a logistics business in Nigeria. By the way, we're streaming live. We're live on our YouTube page at Mainland 98.3 FM. So just head on there. Go see our beautiful faces there. I'm seeing myself now and I'm feeling cool. I don't know why. What is wrong with it? Like,
I don't tire for you.
even me going to tire for myself sometimes. Don't worry. Okay. So let's get right into it. So we have our guest in the studio. Oh, I forgot my tradition. Our tradition. What's that? Telemoh, be behaving yourself. So tonight on the show, we have our guest, Ogbeifun Eromosele Jefferson, who is the founder of Jaxi Courier Service, which was founded in 2019, December, and was certified the courier licensed. Was certified and officially started operations in July 2020 with his first office in Ikotun. Jaxi opened another branch in Trade Fair International Market, Ojo, in February 2022, and of course offers same day interstate international pickup and several others. Anything that has to do with delivery, that is what they are into. We have a CEO right here in the studio with us in the person of Eromosele Ogbeifun. Hello.
How are you doing?
This is where we do the standing ovation. Wait, just wait. Ladies and gentlemen, with a standing ovation, give it up for Don't mind us. That's how we are.
I like that.
Good to have you here.
Good evening. I'm happy to be here too.
Okay, you might want to help us use the mic up, properly, so we can hear you clearly. Even though Lagos traffic almost showed you shaggy.
By the way, I thank God I'm here.
Yeah, thank God you're here. So let's see. Every entrepreneur has a story, right?
Yeah.
Story that sort of shapes their business.
Yes.
So briefly, tell us your own story and how this business came to being.
Okay, so I'll start by when I started Jaxi. That wasn't the plan at first.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was into printing and delivering it. I know we had this was it Gokada then where you just
you cannot mention brand.
Yeah. Sorry. So
no, it's fine.
There's this app we use in booking right then. So after I finish every printing job, I try to deliver it myself. So I just book the ride from my phone and deliver. And they came up with this stuff of banning bikes in Lagos.
Yeah.
So I thought of how would I have to deliver my stuffs now. So then that was when I came into the realization of there's actually bikes that can deliver items. So I started giving out items to riders to help me deliver, and I felt like instead of doing this, I could actually do it myself. So I walked up to someone who was actually in the business and got the scope from the business to see if I could go into it. So I saw that it's something I can do. So that's how.
Just like that.
Yeah.
Oh wow, interesting.
Yeah.
That means you were already a big boy now, even before the business came. I mean, how was it easy for you to, gather funds?
Yeah, to start.
Let's even look at the fund aspect in a bit, for a bit before.
And then we also understand that I think there are like a couple of taxes you need to pay before you run this sort of business. So how was it for you?
Okay, I would say Jaxi was not the first business. Jaxi was not my first business.
Okay.
So
wait, you've done other ones. What happened to them? They failed?
Not
okay.
They're still in operation.
Oh, great.
It's just another phase of my life.
So interesting.
I'm this person who I multitask a lot. So
you're like a serial entrepreneur, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have a team who help me once this is a job that comes in, this is what we face. If it's this job that comes in, this is what they face. So I have guys on different sides.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so Mitch has a question for you.
Yeah,
By the way, before you go on with that question, do not forget, we'll keep repeating it. We'll keep reminding you that we're streaming live on YouTube at Mainland 98.3 FM. So you can drop your comment there. If you drop your comment, of course, we'll take your comments here. Go on.
Okay. So how does one start this business? What are the things to put in place, and how much would it cost for you to start this business? Like, what is like the minimum amount to invest if you were to go into this business, or like what's the range?
Yeah, I think I'll have to break it down.
Okay, you can. Yeah, quickly, you can.
Yeah, okay. So if you're interested in like starting a business on the bike aspect, currently I think the bike value now for you to run a logistic business now in Lagos, you need a bike that's up to 200cc. That's the capacity of the engine.
Okay.
So that is what
200cc.
Yes, that's what Lagos is accepting. So from 200cc and above.
Okay.
So that's what they're accepting. So that's the bike is just on one side.
So what's the price for a bike that has an engine capacity of 200cc?
I majorly use Q. Okay, you don't. There's
Brand,
a brand. There's a
No, just
kind of
mention.
bike I use. So
Say the price range.
The price range.
We're looking at now. Okay, educated. So
let's say
basically,
550
okay.
to just get a bike.
So that's like
One
the
bike.
cheapest, yeah.
That's the best bike you can use.
Okay.
That's
To avoid. I've been in the business, so I know like this is what I can use to avoid troubles.
Okay.
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 Okay. Are you saying the others
Yeah,
that you've
yeah.
used before and weren't good enough?
Yes, they
Okay,
had issues
okay.
along the way, so I
Okay.
wouldn't
Okay,
recommend
nice
some
one,
kind of bike.
nice
So
one.
there
Okay.
are bikes you should go for for you to
Okay.
enjoy the business.
Nice one.
So that's just on one side,
Okay.
and you still have to go through these council boys. First, you have to do the registration with definitely with the government. You
Okay.
register your bike and all, and you still have to do a registration with the local government boys also. That's the council boys on the road. So you have to do a registration with them
Okay.
as well. So after that, then you need your license. That's the courier license, and you can only get that from NIPOST.
Okay.
And before you get that, you still have to do insurance on your bike.
So are you saying every what's the word? Every logistic business or whoever or every logistic businessman went through this thing you were saying, because it feels like it's a lot of
Yeah. Feels
this
like a
one,
lot.
this one.
That's
this
if
one.
you want to do it the right way.
Okay.
Okay.
There are people who bypass some
Nice one,
things.
nice one.
So I try to do this thing. So whenever my rider is on the road, we don't have issues. So I try to cover up on every areas.
Chill.
So when we have, you won't get issues like, oh, they held my bike for this, they held my bike for that.
You're a civil Nigerian.
So we don't.
As
want that.
in, is a law-abiding Nigerian.
Yeah.
Interesting.
We pay tax.
Wow, that's beautiful. Okay, so are those like the basic things? What other things would you want us to know when it comes to starting this business?
And now you just mentioned 550 for the price of the bike.
bike,
Now with
yes.
all this council, which one again did you say? Courier license, local governments, like
It's not inclusive.
that's what I'm saying. Like now with all 550 exclusive.
Yes.
Excluding
this
this other
other-
expenses.
So this
Yeah,
cost,
expensive,
this
yeah.
particular cost, these things you just said, like let's say somebody who wants to go into the business wants to go through the right channel.
Yeah.
So what's like the price range for all of this?
So all of this put together
Tax,
now.
council boys, courier
I
license.
think you should be looking up to.
No, you should say it out very well. Because the show is basically to educate
Yeah.
people.
Currently now, currently
You know, things
with the current
change.
price now, right now, I think you should, if you just want to have just one bike on the road,
Yeah,
so we'll say maybe 1 million.
that's minus the
Okay.
bike
If
If
money.
you really want to do it the right way,
Yeah, you say minus.
that's with
No,
the bike
with
money.
the bike money.
Oh, the
I
bike,
think that's fair
Because
enough.
that's
Actually.
Getting the courier license also is alright. They are like grades. So when you are running 5 bikes, there's an amount you have to pay.
Okay.
If you are running more than 5 bikes, there's an amount you still have to pay.
Okay,
Is
so
it- is
say
it
for
dis-
instance now,
is
if
it
I
discounted?
No.
Anyway,
okay, so for instance, okay, is per bike. So if I start with one bike now,
You are still within the range of 5 bikes. So you pay, there's an amount from 1
Okay,
bike to
to
5
5
bikes.
bikes.
There's an
Okay.
amount you have to pay. So
okay.
which does not include like bus. You know, some people use bus also. So the bus doesn't comes into that 5 bikes. So when you want to upgrade, you go to the next one. I think it's about around 1 million or so. That's the price for that.
Okay, you're still listening to the booth, and this is the Enterprise Monday segment of the show. Of course, if this is your first time tuning in, welcome you officially to the show. This is a segment of the show where we bring in professionals
yeah,
from
to-
different, areas, business areas, to come talk to us about, how the business
this
runs.
is run, yeah. And today we're talking about logistics and delivery business, and we still have Mr.
Eromosele, Ogbeifun.
Mhm.
Wait, which of us got it right?
I both got it wrong.
Please help us.
It is Ogbeifun Eromosele.
Ogbeifun.
Ogbeifun.
Ogbeifun,
But you
Eromosele.
come from that side now. Why
No,
you-
I
okay.
not come from. Me,
You
I
not come-
be Ijo.
Okay, be Joe. Okay.
Now, I don't him now.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
It's
okay.
Isha.
Okay.
Okay, so before we go on this break, right? So if you're listening, start gathering momentum for your questions, because when we go on the break and we'll come back, then we'll start taking
Taking
calls,
questions.
taking your questions. So before we go on, right? Let's look at this. We're live on YouTube, by the way, at Milan 98.3 FM. You can join the conversation via our YouTube live. So, how do you do your pricing, your costing? Say, okay, for so place to so place, this is the amount. For so place to so place, this is the amount. What are the factors you consider when creating a price list for deliveries? Okay, you cannot call in now till we come back from the break, right? That's when you can call in. All right, so what are the factors you put in place when you're determining prices?
For determining price, to determine a price, what we do is distance first,
Okay.
then the content of the item we're carrying. Some items are more valuable than others. So majorly what we do is distance.
Okay.
So if a rider gets to a place where we've charged, let's say 2,000 naira to deliver, okay, my office at Ikotun, from Ikotun to a place like to Antoni, we charge 2,000 naira.
Okay.
To move an item from there, that's Andy parcel. It's a smaller part. When I say Andy, like a small parcel.
Okay.
But if you are giving me like a big bag, I'll charge you extra.
Do you deliver ram and goats?
Why would I do that? it is even against the rules.
Oh, because I saw a video of a delivery guy with ram.
That's why you have to register
Oh, really?
on that
I was wild, man. Nigeria.
if you have this license, the license will restrict you from doing those stuff.
Okay.
How would they know if you're doing that?
When in Nigeria.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. This is a cool guy, right? Okay, so aside distance, what other factors you put in place, to consider, to factors that determine pricing?
I think the value of the item also.
Okay.
So sometimes we get items like laptops, to move laptops, and some kind of gadgets, stuff like that. I'll charge you extra because rider has to be extra careful.
Well,
And if anything happens, it's on you.
It comes back to us.
Okay.
So sometimes we also move food items, like probably maybe
Food.
chops,
When we come
We'll
back-
talk about that
when we
later.
come back-
like small chops and all. So when we have items like that, we don't have other items in the box.
oh
Because
yeah.
the idea of same day deliveries, I can pick here, and deliver different items. But once I pick your item and it's a food item, we can't include any other item to it. So it's just only your item that will be in the box.
So you
that's
have to
costing
pay
us more,
for.
so you pay extra
Okay,
for
okay.
that.
Oh, so
that's-
delivering food costs more than any
Cost
other
more,
thing.
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
Oh, wow, interesting. Okay, it's still the booth at Milan 98.3 FM, and it is Enterprise Monday segment of the show. We have the CEO of Jaxi Courier Service talking to us about running a logistic business in Nigeria. And of course, so far, it's been an interesting
Yeah,
conversation.
very interesting conversation and insightful. So we'll be going on a quick break. When we come back, we have to pay some bills. You understand?
Because
Normal,
bills
normal.
are not paid.
We're not feel short. We're not feel short.
Milan 98.3 FM.
The sound of Lagos.
Hello, Lagos. I am S.
whenever. By the way, that was my voice.
What's the worry? Yeah, it's outside the mic.
I like to blush.
Oh.
I was editing something yesterday, right? And I was just basking in the euphoria of my voice, and I said, "Oh my God, if I were a listener, I would listen to me, cause boy, have you listened to my Collie Vein? I don't care."
Please, if you're just joining us, this is The Boot, your favorite show on radio, and we are still on to the Enterprise Monday, where we get to talk about things regarding business, call professionals to talk about business, career, finance, and whatnot. It's all about information and insightfulness. And we have the CEO of JAGZ Courier Services, right?
Yeah.
Mr. Ogbeifun, a big name, no vex. Eromosele.
Clean face,
Eromosele.
no face.
No vex.
Okay, we're live on YouTube at Mainland 98.3 FM, so you can drop your comments there. Join the conversation. This is the part where we also take calls and messages. If you have anything, but please, I'm not insulting our guests.
Yeah, no, take it easy.
Even if you want to transfer your anger,
try and be civil about it.
Thank you. That's the way. Because any slight insult from you, what we're going to do? Red button.
Red button.
Have a nice night.
Red button.
It's not hard.
Okay. Let me ask this quick question. How are logistic companies adapting to the current change in the economy, for instance, the fuel price?
Yes, before you take that, the number to call is 0913-600-0410. So please, if you have any question now or comments, do that on time, because we'll be wrapping up the segment soon. Not be say when guests don't go finish and answer your call, they ask a question, not give us assignments. 0913-600-0410 is the number to call,
and the number to text is 0913-600-0430. Do not call that number. Strictly text and SMS and WhatsApp. Sorry.
So, Mr. Jackson, you can answer the question he asked you already.
It's like how? Okay, should I repeat the question? Okay, yeah. How are logistic companies adapting to the current change in the economy? For instance, the fuel price. How's this affecting your business? And what are your coping mechanisms?
Okay, I'll say everyone is adjusting to the new price and trying to see how they will cope with it. And we had our price list we used before now, so we have to just try and readjust the price list.
What's the increment rate? Is it 100%, 50% increment?
10%.
Oh wow, interesting.
Are you sure it's 10%?
Are you sure?
No.
I wouldn't say it's 10%.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think I flopped on that one.
Yeah, because I made an order to where I stay in Ikorodu.
Okay.
Before it used to be like 3K. And the last time it came was like 5K.
Yeah, that's the new price.
Yeah.
So from mainland now, from like our type of mainland to the Ikorodu type of mainland, we'll go 5K now.
Please, Ikorodu, just so you know, I don't refer to Ikorodu as mainland. Ikorodu is land.
Okay, it is away from the land.
Yeah, I won't call it other states. I tell my people like Ikorodu is a different state.
Okay.
So how are you coping?
So we are adjusting to the new price, and it's affecting everyone.
Yeah.
So I would say we are trying to be civil about it. Try to, in a way where we won't chase our customers away, and we'll still have to at least see gain from. It's a business. That's the idea of you starting a business.
Make profits
from it. So we still have to get that profit back. So we'll just try to make little increments in it. For places like, I mentioned earlier, from Ikoton to Antonia, I'm charging 1.5 before now, but now I can charge 2.5, and if they argue, I'll just say 2,000. Sure, you get. So
so you try to be flexible.
Yes, I try to be flexible with the price to see a way where I know if I still run for 2,000, I know I still.
Okay, so that means you don't see the present situation now affecting logistic businesses to a point where some of them would be shutting down.
I think a lot will shut down. Majorly private.
Will or might?
Might shut down.
Let's be careful, our use of words.
Yeah. I said they might shut down.
Okay.
Let's use that.
Okay.
I think they might shut down because majorly the private companies.
Oh.
Should I say individuals, not companies? I'll say individuals in it. Because if we are getting large numbers on deliveries. If you're a company, you get large numbers. But for the private ones, people have this fear.
Not
Little
trusting them
yes,
enough.
not trusting them enough to give them items. They know if you have an outlet. So if my item get missing, I know a place I walk into to approach them. So I think we get more deliveries on that side. But for them, I don't know how they operate normally, because I know if you are operating the way we are operating, you can't sustain. You can't continue in the business with this for a price. You can't.
So, but are you saying that, has that affected orders, like people placing orders? Has that affected order? That's the present economy.
It has.
Okay.
It has a lot. Because before now, I would say I don't know if I can mention numbers. Right. Numbers. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I'll say before now, in a day we get about, let's say, 26 items orders going out from a cotton branch alone.
Okay.
But now we're getting 15. 18 like it has dropped.
It has actually dropped though.
It has
It
dropped.
dropped. That's about 40%.
Yes, so that's not how it used to be.
Interesting. Okay, if you're just tuning in, you've missed a lot already, but not to worry. You can still catch up on the few things we have to say left, because we have a few minutes left. It's still the booth on Mainland 98.3 FM, and it is Enterprise Monday. On tonight's show, we're looking at running a logistic business in Nigeria, especially with all of this robodino happening right now. Someone is trying to call in, but I think the network is messing up. So if in case you cannot get through via call, you can send a text message or WhatsApp message
to 0913-600-0430. You can also you can send a text there and a WhatsApp message.
Yes, and the number to call is 0913-600-0410. And please, if you're calling, do well to turn down the volume of your radio. And of course, try as much as possible to move to a place that has a very good reception, so we can have a very smooth conversation. I think we have a message here. Hi, this is from Ikeja. Let's see. Do I need any form of training to go into this business?
I think yes, you should, because when I started also, I approached somebody who was already in the business.
Okay.
So I'll get to know how they buy fuel, how they employ riders.
Oh, okay.
So how they do their documentations and all. So I just had to approach somebody to just show me the way.
How long did it take you? Did it take the person to show you all of this, or is it still a continuous process?
You get to learn while you are in it.
On the job.
There are some things you still get to learn on the field. So she just like took me on the surface and told me when you are in it, you get to understand other things.
Let's take this call. Oh, we lost the call. Please do well to call back 0913-600-0410. Okay. Hello, good evening. Kindly turn down the volume of your radio.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
What's your name and where are you calling from?
Bawa from Ikotu.
You said what? Bawa.
Bawa from.
Hi,
Okay,
Bawa.
Bawa.
Good to have you on the show.
I guess you're like a first time caller, yeah?
Obviously.
Yeah.
Okay, welcome
to the family. All right, go on.
Ask your question.
Yeah. Good evening, Mr. Jackson.
Good evening.
I want to ask, how do you go about maintenance of the bikes and the efficiency, how they run, and how do you trust for your drivers, your riders? How transparent are they? How trustworthy are they? So a reputable company like you, how can one get to a very trustworthy rider?
Okay.
Once you're in the business.
All right. So just
Stay tuned.
stay tuned to listen to his response.
All right.
Thank you for
Thank
calling.
you for calling. Okay, I think you might want to give him a few seconds so he settles in case he's listening via the same phone he called it on. Okay. All right, so Mr. Jackson is going to tell us how bikes are maintained, right?
Yeah, and how trustworthy are the riders.
Source, riders that are trustworthy.
That one are recruiting. That one.
Okay, so go on.
Okay, how I maintain the bikes. Okay, when I started, we had this I think a mechanic close to the office side there. So he was the one I was using, and he was doing the maintenance properly. Like riders were okay with what he does. So what I did was I approached him, and I told him, "What if you become our mechanic? You do your job. I'm not stopping you from doing other jobs. You're doing your job, but we will just place you on salary. So if you want it weekly or you want it monthly, just let me know how you want it to be. So I know with that I get
access
a large discount.
for
me to do that.
Smart business move.
It's easier for me that way. And the guy has been doing
a good
nice
job.
job. I've always had him. If I change mechanic, that would be when bike had issues. along the road, but not
Okay,
from the
not from
office
the
or
office.
something they can manage down to the office
Okay.
back. So he has been the one working on it.
Okay,
So if we have any issues, he gets to tell us. So quickly attend to this. If not, it will affect the rider outside.
Okay, you might want to quickly answer the aspect of how to source trustworthy riders before we take another call. I hope we have enough time. So just quickly,
Okay.
so we can take all the calls.
On that, there's this group we are on Facebook, and there's a WhatsApp group also.
Okay.
So we have riders who come, they apply for jobs, and we have like an HR. So, and we also do our background check. They do the background check first, and we
Okay.
also do our background check also. So just
Is that like your own company thing, or it's a general
it's a
thing?
general thing. Like
There is like an association,
there's an
different WhatsApp
association,
groups.
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
Like,
Uh,
well, they
on,
do-
that, on that part of HR and
Yeah.
looking at that, the part of fear. She then go carry your bike.
Yeah, that's why we do the background check also with
Okay.
it. And what we do is we
Do you
collect
even
your
get to know
social
their
media
house?
handles and
Their
your
houses?
family. Yes, the
Oh,
houses. Yes, we
interesting.
go to the houses. Like we send someone
beautiful.
from the office to go check
The houses.
if this
Okay.
person lives
Is
there. So
legit.
before we give them.
Nice. Okay, we're streaming live on YouTube at Mainland 98.3 FM. Of course, we're looking at running a logistics business in Nigeria. 0913-600-0410 is the number to call.
Go
Hello,
caller.
good evening.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from?
What's your
Hello.
We can hear you. What
I
is
can
your
hear you.
name?
What's your name and where are you calling from?
I think this person is excited about hearing our voice on radio. There are callers like that. They just, get excited about the fact that, oh my God, I can hear myself on radio.
So
0913-600-0410. Yeah.
Is the, and the
That
number to
question
text.
we said we're going to ask that is on a lot of people's mind.
So there's this particular one. The one Baba don't take
Baba is taking a deep breath.
Yeah, sign of
It's breathing.
So on the part of food, that food part. So we've had series of complaints where people get to order for foods, and before the meal gets to them, it's the rider don't chop up. The rider's eating it. I
Okay,
don't
so you
understand.
quickly answer that one, and then this other one we said we're going to ask. I mean, if we do not ask that question, a lot of people will be disappointed.
Yeah.
The food aspect, you just answer that one short,
Very
maybe in
quickly,
1
yeah.
minute, then this other one we'll talk about it. So
Yeah. So what happens? Has that ever happened to you? Has that been any of your a challenge for
I only
you?
see it on social media. I've never had that issue before.
Really?
Really.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So the question that is on the minds of a lot of people. Plenty people, both business people, both the receivers have experienced Shege Pro Max in the hands of delivery guys.
Yeah.
I order something, you're not bringing it at the stipulated time.
You're not picking calls.
That thing can drive me crazy.
I think that's like the bad part. That's like the worst.
You're
You
not
don't
taking
pick
calls. You're not
and-
telling me what's going on. So
You understand.
what can you say for your people? What can you say? We're not trying to put you on hotspot, but really,
What can
we
you
really
say?
want
Yes, now I'm
people
gonna sit
to
for that question because I know it happens.
know. Okay.
And sometimes there are unforeseen issues. I think, maybe the rider is trying to save the day at the same time.
Save
So-
the day. Interesting.
It's just a bad approach.
He's a
of saving the
superhero.
day.
Okay.
I don't know. Try to understand what
Okay.
I'm saying. Let's try to understand what I'm saying.
Okay.
Okay. Probably maybe he's on the highway and he had a flat tire, and now he's trying to fix it. And he had promised this person already by 1 p.m. you will see me.
Okay.
And such a thing happens, or maybe these council boys held them for illegal papers and all of those. And he's he's feeling in the next 10 minutes, 5 minutes, I'll leave here.
Okay.
But it's taking longer than what like the time he thought he was going to live there. So I think, I don't know, he was supposed to be he should be in the position to quickly communicate to the
That's the
client
thing,
and tell
communication.
them. Yeah, I get that.
So
I get that.
so is there a way? So since you said that, you people have organizations, is there a way you people can always have this weekly meetings where you talk about some of these things and how to deal with
there's
these things?
something like that. Nipos themselves try to like make this training for riders.
Okay.
Like
So
a
they-
webinar.
Yes,
Like a
so they tend to tell them, they educate them. Like questions like this came up in the last meeting, and they try to like encourage these guys. The items you are carrying are valuables. People need these things immediately. Sometimes you get people who tell you, I don't mind when you bring it, just make sure you bring it before 4. I close.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Just bring it before 4.
True that.
And you should try and keep up with that 4 o'clock also. But if you're not meeting up at 4 o'clock, call this person or leave a text message. If you know you can't call, just leave a text message telling the person, sorry, I couldn't make it by 4, but just give me extra time, probably maybe 10 or 20 minutes extra.
I think sorry to quote you. I think the difference between you and you as a company and the private individuals, like you said, I think the difference, because I've actually patronized a rider before, and the information when it's coming from a company, the person in the company, like a manager, is the one in charge and is answering the phone
calls.
Yeah.
Can we quickly take this call? So sorry. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Nelson. I'm calling from Ikotsuwagi.
Okay, Nelson, in less than 1 minute, please.
Okay, Mr. Jackson.
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm here with you, Nelson.
Yeah, all right. So please, do you actually, when your riders misbehave, do you place them on hold, like step aside, like at the back window?
Nah, good question, yeah. So
Do you place them on hold, like you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Step aside.
Okay, so just stay tuned so that he would answer your question. Thank you so much for calling, Nelson.
yeah,
All right,
thank you.
all right.
Okay, so what do you do to your riders when they
Because they are humans, obviously.
offend?
Yes. There are extreme issues sometimes when stuff like this you can't let go. Sometimes you have to let them go if they are affecting
Like
the
laying
business.
them off.
Laying them off.
So what's that extreme issue that can happen that would make you say, you know what, I'm done with you, you can leave?
Okay, I once had an issue with a rider who we gave out items to, and we got like 3 calls from like people who were supposed to pick up from, and they said they've not seen the rider, and we know like within this time
You're
should have
supposed to.
gotten there.
Yeah.
So we tracked the bike and we saw that the bike was in a particular location. Then we went down there to check for the bike, and we discovered he parked the bike in his house and he was actually sleeping.
Interesting.
So when because I went myself, so it's not like somebody else. I went
Okay.
myself because it was my property. I was like, so that's why
Yeah.
I was scared. So I went myself, and when I saw him, I was shocked. Like, how would a human being do this?
Do this.
Like,
Wow.
it's just bad.
Maybe not shut down. We don't tire.
So what
and
did
the
he
excuse
say?
he gave was, "Oga, yeah, body they do me today.
Okay, I
I just
talk
Why
make
you
a- I
no
just
call?
make a-
Talk. Why you
make a
no
rest,
call?
And
I
that
talk
was
am.
just.
So what you do to such person?
I just had to like convince him, like, you know what, just take the bike back to the office, no issue, because I don't know how to ride a bike. So just take it back to the office, and so let's just settle up. So when he got to the office, I'd already called the other guy because he was already, I think he had like maybe an item or 2 items with him. So I called him back to come to the office and pick up the other items
ones, yeah.
and quickly do it. Then I just had to let him go.
Okay, let's take this last one. Hello, good evening. Hello?
Hello, please.
Hello.
Turn down the volume of your radio.
Yeah.
Good evening.
Good evening.
What's your name and where are you calling from?
This is Joy from Yaba.
Okay,
Okay,
Joy,
Joy.
quickly because we have less than 1 minute to round up.
Okay. I just want to ask Mr. Jackson, how does he cope with family that want him to make immediate delivery for them?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right. So stay
Stay
tuned.
tuned.
Okay, we have less than 1 minute, so you have to really do this.
Okay, on that aspect, I try to let everybody know that we don't do urgent deliveries. I like to let people know, give us a time it's convenient with you. If I know it's urgent, I'll tell you, sorry, we can't pick up. Might not
What's
be
your
the best,
definition of urgency?
like 1 hour to 30 minutes delivery. Like you
Okay,
want to get
yeah.
the item within 30 minutes. I
Yeah,
want it
yeah.
within 1
So
hour.
there are orders like that, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, at
Orders
this
like
point,
that.
we cannot continue. I wish we could continue this conversation, but our time is up
Time is
already.
up.
But bottom line, you let them know that no urgency. All right, thank you so much. It's been an amazing time with you. Right?
Very, very insightful.
I hope that one of
very
these days,
informative, yeah.
maybe we could have an extension of this conversation
conversation,
again.
yeah.
Thank you so much, Mr.
Mr.
Jaxi,
Jaxi,
for coming through. We
Thank
really,
you
really
for having
appreciate
me.
it. All right. So, just say something. I mean, to our mainland FM listeners, just say something.
I'd like to say thank you to Mainland FM for having me here today and even giving me the platform to express myself. This is what I do. This is what I do best. This is what I know how to do. And thank you for letting me share it with people.
Okay, you just
I
say,
appreciate-
keep listening to Mainland 98.3 FM. Hi, I am so. Keep listening to, something like that.
El Power.
Hi, my name is Mr. Jaxi. Like everyone knows me, and keep listening to Mainland FM.
98.3
FM. Yeah.
You have to say it again. It has to be accurate. Yes.
98.3 FM.
Okay, mainland 98.3 FM.
All right, fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, at this point, this is where we hand over to DJ Gabby T to screw us. It's been talk. Let's go and enjoy some music.
Yeah.
Do not go anywhere. Mainland 98.3 FM.
The sound of Lagos.
Mainland 98.3